Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And you know, I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. How are you, goddesses? I know I've been a little bit off schedule. However, I am working behind the scenes to birth astrohypnotherapy toolkits, healing toolkits, and yeah. So it's just been taking up a little bit more time because it's all new. I will be sharing a little bit more with you as we go along. But yeah, definitely look at the description box to learn more about the one I created for the Gemini new moon. And the reason I created this toolkit is because we have so much Geminian energy happening right now. Jupiter will be in Gemini for a year. And wow, that will create a lot of mental energy. Um, some of us may be dealing with more anxiety than usual. I know I have been. Gemini just creates a lot of mental chatter. And so I wanted to create something that would help you with just creating more calm, ease, and flow. Now, this new moon in Gemini, which is happening June 6th, 2024, I put the wrong date or the wrong year. It'll be at 8:38 a.m. And wow, it's giving. It is giving. So I just wanted to take time to share with you all what does this new moon in Gemini mean? So again, June 6th, 2024. And one thing that we always have to remember is we start out generally, what is the meaning of the new moon? Now, this new moon is amazing because it's the second new moon where we're planting seeds of intentions, and we're setting goals, and we have both of the benefic planets in the sign. So when we had the Taurus new moon, we had Venus and Jupiter as a part of that new moon, and that is freaking amazing. As hard as 2024 is, we actually still have a lot of blessings that are coming to us. So be sure to open yourself to receive those blessings. And then we have the new moon in Gemini with both Jupiter and Venus being in Gemini. Venus is even just like right there with that moon. It's a part of this new moon. And oh, another one is we have Mercury, which rules Gemini. Like it's not often that you see this kind of energy in a sign at a new moon. So wow, it's a lot of energies of new beginnings. And you want to definitely take time to plant seeds of intention at this new moon. And the best way to do it, I like to keep it simple. Write down what it is you wish to manifest. I also recommend revisiting your vision board, your goals for the year every new moon, and light a candle and just really take time to talk to the energy of the moon and let the moon know, hey, this is where I want you to channel this energy of the new moon. Now, as I go on and share what this new moon is about, it is about how we're going to show up too. Okay. But in the actual new moon, like this new moon phase, and you setting your new moon intentions, you can keep it super simple. In Gemini, it has to do with the mind, the mindset, beliefs. You could do any kind of work like that around this. And yeah, I really believe in being in the energy of receptivity. So think about being the earth and seeds are being planted there. Gemini, like I said, it's a lot of mental energy going on right now. So you may want to just turn everything off and just be with this new moon. Just be quiet. Gemini is about communication. Let spirit speak to you. Maybe there's some message around new beginnings that you need to receive. So I just want to lightly touch on the general areas of Gemini, and then I have some questions I want to ask you to consider that will help you to set your new moon intentions. Oh, also, if you have vision boards, they could be paper vision boards. One of the things that I love to do is to create a digital vision board, print it out, or and put it on my wall. I also take that same vision board and I make it the background of my my desktop, and then also I will download it. It's not on my phone right now, but sometimes I will download it and put it as the background on my cell phone. So whatever it is that you can do to kind of just really get yourself in this energy, get your subconscious mind wrapped around it, that will benefit you greatly. Now, with this Gemini, what does Gemini mean? What do you need to be thinking about when it comes to Gemini? You need to be thinking about the mind, mindset, mental health, and beliefs. These are all, like right within the same category. Um, and so what intentions do you need to set in those areas? The beliefs is important because your beliefs allow you or not to manifest. So that would be a good one to touch on. Also, it's an energy that has to do with there being two, dual. It's dual energy, multiple. And so this is one of the relationship. We'll talk about that. One of the relationship signs. So sometimes it's like multiple men, several people. It's not a big group, but a small group. And it's multiple also kind of has to do with just how Gemini is like thinking about everything. I didn't put curiosity on here specifically, but it kind of has to do with learning and it's this energy of curiosity. And so Gemini is just here and there and everywhere. And it's listening to this and listening to that. And so we have to, sometimes it's good, but we do want to just kind of be cautious of it being too much. A dual is to a certain degree having two sides to ourselves. That's another way we can think about Gemini. But also this energy of movement. And that is something that is key. Maybe with Gemini, some of us need to have more movement. And there is this part of this new moon that's kind of like, hey, you need to make sure you have intentional movement. We don't need to be moving so much that we're not getting anything done. But that movement can also be related to short trips and travels and roads. And, you know, these are all themes that could be coming up for Gemini. I call it one of the signs. It just be doing the most. It has to do with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, right? So you have to begin to really look at what does this mean for me? Also, Gemini is related to communication of all kinds. It could be personal, business, um, educational communication. It could be mental chatter. Self talk. And it also could be writing, speaking, nonverbal communication, anything in the media. There's another one, the news. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see on the world level, the global level, what impact this new moon has. I really do think that the news is going to be something is changing with the news. I'm not quite sure what it is, but yeah, something going on with the news or, media outlets. So also Gemini has to do with business. It's definitely one of the best business signs because a lot of us can, as you can see here, learn skills and begin to make money. It definitely is a sign that's about making money. And so what kind of business is a business based on your skills, for instance. But also, it's networking and technology. When we think about networking, it's connecting with other people. So, maybe that's business, but maybe it's just you want to connect more with people. You need to network in some kind of way. And again, technology is everything to Geminis, especially gadgets is something that I relate to Gemini. One of the ones that I think is so important, keyword skills, learning, teaching, and apprenticing. Oh my goodness. This new moon in Gemini can give us new ways of making money because we're in this information age, we're in the technology age, we're in the age of Aquarius where everything is new and people are just making money in different ways. And that will be through skills, and maybe you need to learn a new skill. Maybe you can teach your skill, and that will help you to make money. And apprenticeships, these are going to become more and more popular. um, Gemini is very hands-on, and so that's how a lot of people will begin to learn instead of maybe having to go to school all the time. Sometimes the learning with Gemini is more of like a workshop or some type of short course. So, this is like a whole new way of life that we can live, okay? Also, Gemini has to do with our daily routines and our local community. And it's kind of like our comings and our goings. So something might be new for some of us out there. Some of us may be like, hey, I want to get out into the local community a little bit more. I haven't really been getting out. So that could be something. Again, it's a relationship sign. So maybe topics are coming up with siblings, cousins, friends. And I forgot to put on there neighbors also. You could set new moon intentions around the health aspect of Gemini, which is hands, arms, shoulders, and lungs. Okay, so I want to talk about what you can expect with this new moon first, and then we're going to look at the questions that that you can ask yourself to help you create new moon intentions. So first and foremost, I just want to say, wow, this new moon is saying in order to manifest, relationships are very, very important. So you want to really embrace collaboration, working with other people, working with your, local community or siblings, those kinds of relationships, coworkers. This is how you're going to manifest with this moon. It also could be bringing in more relationships for you. It could be bringing up relationship topics that want to address in your life. Um, so, yeah, definitely very social. Small groups are highlighted. So it could be, you're just hanging out with your friend group. If you are taking a course, you will think, "Hey, I just wanna be in a small cohort. I don't wanna be a part of anything super large." It could usher in one-to-one. There is this energy that's about one-to-one in this new moon also. Um, the other thing, support. It has it the okay, I'm gonna keep this without using too much astrology terminology. So, something else that's built into this new moon is the energy of Libra. And Libra is about support. And so, I encourage you, whatever it is that you desire to manifest with this new moon, you're going to have to ask for support. It's really important. And another thing is this moon has built into it Sagittarius. And so Sagittarius is all about the big picture and having a vision. So maybe with this new moon, you're going to get that vision and you're going to begin to create some steps to achieving that vision. Sometimes we have to reverse engineer. That might be something you want to do. Also, um, it could be you already have the vision, and now this new moon is going to help you to continue working towards that vision. This new moon also is about um, your mindset and your beliefs. And so it might be calling you to reframe, and it'll be a reframe through by creating balance. It's kind of like your mind is just like hanging out in one place, but it's like you need to see the big picture, look at everything. That's going to bring more balance into your mind, into your life. Actually, where are you out of balance? Set some new moon intentions about around bringing more balance in. So, yeah, collaboration is key. I cannot overstate that. You really need to be setting some new moon intentions around collaboration. Who are you going to be working with? This is not a new moon to be manifesting by your like, oh, I'm just going to manifest this on my own. No, you need to get some support. You'll go faster, it'll be more fun, you'll feel overall more supported. And yeah, I also think it's important to set some new moon intentions around travel. Where do you want to travel? And yeah, maybe begin to make some arrangements around that and set some intentions around learning. So I'm sure there's something that you want to learn. If not, maybe you need to set some new moon intentions to raise up the curiosity and to yeah, open yourself to learn something new. And or it's like, hey, I need to be learning some new things for my job, my career, my business, or maybe you want to learn how to cook, or you want to learn more about health and wellness. The sky's the limit with, when it comes to learning in Gemini. So set some new moon intentions. What have you been wanting to learn that you haven't? Actually, this could be a great sign or a great new moon for learning a new language and people who teach languages. This could be a great new moon for that. I just now thought about that. So you can see here, okay, here's the moon, here's the sun, and then Venus. They're all just right there on the 16th degree. And so it brings in a lot of manifesting energy. And a lot of it will be through collaboration or getting support or through learning something new. But I encourage you to set these intentions, like write it down and watch it happen. Now, Venus is the type that brings more ease and flow, but it's kind of like you have to be willing to take some action steps in order to get it done. Um, Also, you can see over here Jupiter right here on the second degree in Gemini. Wherever Jupiter goes, it brings expansion. Now, the one thing I will say about all of this is this new moon, first of all, Jupiter will expand anything that's there, like the good, the bad, the ugly. But this new moon is very mutable. And so it's kind of like you need to bring in the energy of being flexible and changeable. Actually, this is a new moon where you may want to use it to improve something. You already have it, but you're going to improve it because mutable signs, especially Gemini, it's like, let's look at it and see how we can make it better. It's one of the hallmarks of mutable signs. So that's something else that you could think about, you know. Let's see here. You'll hear me turning my paper because I do write paper notes. Okay. Now, the other thing about that Jupiter being there is it's important to follow higher divine wisdom, i.e., the laws of the universe. And you want to make sure that you set the vision or remember the vision and follow the vision. You want to keep the vision high to keep yourself moving and motivated. And if you need to apprentice with an expert on something, first of all, to me, apprenticeship, you learn things so quickly. I have pretty much been apprenticing with Sistership Circle, number one, as a trainer, and number two, as a business trainer. And all I did was just keep sitting with the CEO of the company and training after training after training. And wow, it's like I have learned so much by apprenticing. I cannot overstate it. And it doesn't even have to be business. It could be maybe you want to learn how to cook. I keep bringing that up. I guess my little Taurus moon loves food. You want to go and apprentice with a chef, or maybe you want to decorate your home better. And so you'll apprentice with someone who is a home decorator. They benefit teaching you because you're going to be helping them as they're teaching you, and you benefit because you're learning from an expert, right? Remember, Gemini is hands on. It can be very heady, but Gemini is like, I need to touch it. I need to actually experience it. It's very kinesthetic. So that's why apprenticing is key. Now, maybe if you are the expert and you are like, hey, I want to teach people what I know, that's what my astrology teacher is doing. He's like, hey, I got an apprenticeship set up. I'm going to tell you everything that I know about predictive astrology, and you can have your own business, as a result. So, and he's actually going to choose two people to work in his business, collaborate with. So he's living out that astrology nicely. Okay. So whatever you manifest, you may be required to to learn as you go. So, yeah, sometimes it's just fun to just like experience the manifestation, but sometimes it's kind of like this one, especially, I really do think you're going to have to do something to get this, to manifest whatever it is. And let's see here. Yes, Mercury is in the sign of Gemini, and it's bringing ease and flow. It's bringing a lot of Geminian energy. It's like double Gemini energy with Leo. So, it's a lot of fire in here. So, yeah, this moon is bringing action. Okay. Now, the challenging part of this moon is Saturn. And this is about, hey, slow it down. Gemini, I'm gonna need you to focus. I'm gonna need you to have a plan and follow the plan, Gemini. I'm gonna need you to be disciplined. So, this Geminian energy represents all of us. And so this is what is required. So, like, where's your plan? Have you written it out? Have you typed it somewhere? What's the plan? So you have the vision, and maybe you need to get the vision. And then after that, you've got to come up with a plan. What are the steps you're going to take? Saturn is also like get real energy because I don't know, this moon I think could be kind of a little deceptive with this mutable energy. You can kind of think everything is what's the word? Is happening in one way, and you're kind of blinded. And so this Saturn is like, hey, you get real. I need you to see things for how they really are. I think in about 2 months' time, maybe 2 to 4 months' time, it could be um, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 months. That's what I'll say. There's some hard reality check that will come your way where you're like, crap, I need more discipline. I need to have a plan in order to make this happen. Also, I encourage you don't fall for a scam. This is so much mutable energy. So do not fall for scams. We're just going to say for the next year, check and triple check everything. I will say, again, it's a lot of mental energy. So you really want to take time to keep yourself calm. It's why I created that Gemini Healing Toolkit. It has a hypnosis track that's all about releasing anxiety. I think a lot of us can feel very anxious over this next year. So, yeah, that's important. And keeping the nervous system calm. So those are things to think about. It's, Saturn being up there in that Pisces, it's definitely like the hypnosis and working on the inner landscape. Very, very important. And and bringing in that healing energy. Pisces is healing. So you want to bring in that healing energy. Okay. Yeah, be grounded. This is what Saturn is saying. You want to be grounded when you find yourself floating too much. The other thing is the inner world must support your external world. That's what I was speaking to with the Pisces. So that's important. And and it's important for you to move past sabotaging behaviors. And that's why we work on the subconscious mind. This is one of the reasons to me this is like some of the best feminine way of navigating the world is to transform ourselves from the inside out. And no matter how much we know we're supposed to do that, most of us don't do that. And so, we are being reminded we need to work from the inside out and to move past all of that sabotage. And so, yeah, make sure you check out any of the hypnosis series that I start putting out. It's going to be several healing toolkits. This is the energy of spirituality, creativity, and having a spiritual practice. All of these are important to manifest during this moon. As a matter of fact, the more you do that, the more you heal from the inside out and have spiritual practice, especially one like mindfulness and meditation, those kinds of things will help you navigate, whatever it is you're manifesting more easily. Also, tapping into your creative energy is important as well. Okay, you're going to hear my page turn, or is that it? Okay, here we go. So it's also sextile North Node. And so this gives a boost to the new direction that you are headed in that Aries house. Um, I really, really love that. And Aries, let me just tell you what Aries is about. This is another reason why I was like, this moon has so much new beginnings energy in it. First of all, the North Node is about new beginnings. Aries is about new beginnings. It's an innovative sign. So I just believe it's like whatever you're creating, either the way or looking to manifest, however you do it, it'll be very innovative, or you're going to find that there's something about innovation that will be key during this new moon, or just in general. We have a lot of new things that are happening in our lives. Um, this is also a very creative energy. So I believe that it's just going to be adding to, um, manifesting, but it'll kind of be like sometimes it's a little bit faded and unexpected. Okay. And let's see here. Aries has to do with the body, being brave, courageous. It's the sign of the warrior, warrioress. Another thing to consider with that North Node being impacted is it's about taking action, moving forward, movement. So it's just a lot of you're gonna have to do something. And I mean, that's how it is with manifesting anyway. But it's not like these moons that I've been noticing is like, yeah, you're not gonna just sit and just bling. I mean, some things will manifest that way, but it's just been a lot about action is required. Messy action, action being scared, scared but do it anyway. So, yeah. It also, Aries is about passion. So, maybe this new moon is going to really help you to tap into a new passion of some sort or take it deeper. Okay. So let's go back to um, this new moon. So, yeah, triple manifesting energy. It's a lot of planets. So, it gives a lot of energy to this moon, which means it gives a lot of energy to whatever you want to manifest. Collaboration is key. Follow the plan, be disciplined, and learning is required. So, yeah, I already shared. So, here's how I want to help you set some new moon intentions. We want to just kind of look at each meaning of Gemini, and here's some questions you can think about. So, Gemini can help you attain and keep wealth. And so, you want to think about how can you apply your skills? What new skills do you need to learn? Who can you apprentice with? Or who do you need to teach or apprentice? I should could have put that on there also. Some of us are going to make money teaching, right? So overall, where do you need to have a beginner's mindset? Some of us, we stuck in a rut and we need to have a beginner's mindset. So make a new moon intention around that. What part of your life could use more curiosity? Curiosity is one of the key characteristics of or qualities of Gemini. Where you just like, you just said, no, let's be curious. How can you be more curious? Curiosity breeds fun and excitement. Okay. So, your mental health, what kind of TLC does your mental health need? How can you bring more lightness, fun, and humor to your life? That really helps. Humor is so, so good. I need to put on here, I didn't do this. Gemini is about walking. And when it comes to your mental health, walking is just so perfect for that. So, what kind of new moon intentions can you set around walking? So, also, you want to set new moon intentions around having a more empowered mindset and beliefs. And so, with this, it's like, what's one limiting belief that needs releasing and to be replaced with a more empowered belief so that you could have a more empowered mindset? All right. So that's something else you can think about. You can set goals around business, networking, and social media. What do you need to set around those topics? But other than that, what goal do you need to set regarding your social media consumption or use? That's something I thought would be good. So, yeah, definitely set new moon intentions around that. Again, Gemini is about technology, especially gadgets. So you want to think about what technology do you need to incorporate into your life and what do you need to release or what technology do you need to decrease your use of? Okay. So that's something else. Set new moon intentions around your day-to-day routines. Is there anything that needs to be added, released, refreshed in your day-to-day comings and goings? And how can you be more engaged in your local community? You can also set new moon intentions around communication and writing. And you want to use this new moon to become more effective at communication for writing. What communication goals do you need to set? Now, this could be personal, it could be business, you know, whatever. It could be you working on your nonverbal communication or picking up better on other people's cues. Who knows? Again, Gemini takes you everywhere. You can set new moon intentions around travel. Now, something I haven't mentioned, just one moment, is like transportation to and fro. Maybe some people are kind of thinking about, well, maybe I don't want to drive my car. Maybe I want to do ride share or something like that, catch the subway. Well, you could look at it as your actual transportation, like what you're driving. So set some new moon intentions around how you get to and fro. But literally, where do you want to travel? What trips do you want to make? You can set new moon intentions around that. Could be even business travel. Okay. And then set goals regarding relationships, especially with your siblings, cousins, friends, coworkers, and neighbors. What new moon intentions do you need to set around peer groups? Relationship topics, they are so, wow, deep. So, yeah, set some new moon intentions there. Okay, so what can you expect with this new moon? Also, perfect for writers, people in social media, business. Now, people in the gig economy, you could set some new moon intentions with this moon and make some good money. That's like Uber Eats, all of the like, you could just pick up a quick gig and you don't have to work there long or, you don't have to have a set schedule. The gig economy could be for people like who are on Fiverr and, just people are picking up little quick gigs here and there. Um, Good money. I even think Airbnb could be a part of that. Um, People who work in travel, anyone who has to do with mindset, mental health matters, trainers, teachers. Mid-level management is another one that Mercury and Gemini represent, and, people who work with their hands, especially, like, artists or, people who build things. Anyone, if you're working with your hands in some kind of way, tinkering, Gemini is like a tinkering sign. This is a great new moon for you. Those who may feel a little bit challenged will be the Geminis and the Sagittariuses, Virgos, and Pisces. So if you feel challenged by this moon, you just want to use it to up level because you'll be kind of pushed to really make it happen, or you'll be you'll feel a little pressure with this moon, but it's going to help you to get to where you want to go. Okay, so yeah, I just want to invite you to please consider looking into my Sacred Gemini Healing Toolkit. It's available and it's all about releasing anxiety and embracing more calmness. Again, it's not really just about Gemini season. Anyone can use this. And you can use it for the rest of the year. I created a special hypnosis track, a subliminal track, and a mindfulness track. Again, we're talking about healing from the inside out and getting that nervous system, which is Gemini. You want to get that nervous system to go calm and not be activated all the time. Also, I included it's an ebook with a journal that will help you to manage. It's all about managing anxiety. I just think anxiety is at an all-time high, and it's to me, it's all about bringing more calmness and peace. And also, this is going to include the portion of this video that um, will will have the new moon through the signs. So this video is going to go on past what you're seeing. Um, and the rest of it will be there where I go specifically sign by sign. What does this new moon mean? And yeah, it's my way of helping you to embrace that goddess centered lifestyle, to live more with more ease, more flow. And yeah, just to me, ease and flow. I love Gemini. It's just so simple. So even with more simplicity. So please consider at least looking into it. If you would, go to the sales page, check it out. And if you feel so moved, I encourage you to go on ahead and buy it. I love my hypnosis tracks. I'm not gonna lie. I use my own hypnosis tracks. I have used this, I test everything out, and I've been feeling very anxious here lately and used it this morning. And I was like, wow, that really helped me a lot. So yeah, it's a really safe method of, helping you with your mental health, hypnosis, mindfulness, subliminals, all of that. So thank you so much for watching and being here. I encourage you to please also hit the like button if you're not already subscribed. I would love it if you joined me here in my YouTube channel world. And yeah, just so you could receive all the offerings that I have here, be a part of the beautiful goddess community. And I just really appreciate it. It helps me to feel like, yeah, this is helpful to the sisters. So let me know this is helpful. Give me a thumbs up, drop a heart in the comment section. And may this be the most amazing new moon for you. It's going to last for, you know, 30 days. You'll feel the effects over the next 6 months and the next year. All right, Queen. Thank you. Peace and love.